today we have another beading tutorial for you, but this time it's for something a little bit different. So back to school season is coming up, and although I don't go to school anymore, I still appreciate stationery in an excessive way. So a couple of years ago, So Craftastic posted on her channel these cute little owl pencil toppers, and I knew I had to do something along the similar lines, and I've been thinking of what to do, and then Pokemon Go came out and I'm obsessed with it and it's a lot of fun. So I decided to make a little Pikachu pencil topper. He is super cute. He looks a little bit derpy, but in the most adorable kind of way. And today's video is a collab with one of my YouTube online friends. Beadaholic94 is going to show you how to make this amazing Pokeball beaded star. Very cute, very nice, love it. We decided to embrace the Pokemon as we have both been playing a lot, to the point where Mario and I walked for 10 miles yesterday catching Pokemon. If you want to see more back to school tutorials, don't forget to hit the thumbs up and subscribe button so I know that you're interested. But you didn't click on this video to watch me waffle on. Let's just get on with the tutorial, shall we? So you are going to need some size 10 seed beads. I am using yellow, red and black. You're also going to need 2 size 8 seed beads, also in black, for his beady little eyes, and some monofilament thread that is thin enough to go through the beads several times. And if you want to, you can use beading needles. You don't have to, but it makes life so much easier, and I'm using size 10 beading needles today. So you are going to cut off around 1 meter of beading thread, and we are going to start by picking up 18 yellow beads. This whole shebang works by you doing a front row and a back row, but we need to start by making the circle. So you're going to thread on your beads and then pick up 9 beads, going back through them in the opposite direction that you did before. This will create a nice little circle, and so yes, you're going back through 9 of the beads. I will show you the basic technique and then it will get sped up. Unfortunately, it's one of those. It's an incredibly repetitive thing, but it's incredibly therapeutic as well. So yes, if you hold your needles together and then pull your beadwork down, you will make sure that your little loop is perfectly central, and that is what we are looking for today. So there's our little loop. And we are going to start row 2, the front of the Pikachu, by picking up 10 yellow beads. You're going to slide that down. You don't have to slide it all the way down like I did here. That was a mistake. I realise that now. And then you are going to pass your needle back through all 10 of those beads in the opposite direction of the way you've just gone. Then you're going to pull that nice and tight, and that should sit on top of half of the circle you made. And then row 2 at the back is 10 yellow beads as well. So pick up all 10 beads. And then I just slid it down a little bit that time, make life easy for myself. And then thread your other needle back through in the opposite direction. Sometimes the needles can get a bit stuck, sometimes the thread can get a bit crooked. Persist, it is worth it in the end. So Craftastic did it not using any needles, so it's definitely possible to not use needles if you prefer. And now we've got 2 loops on our little circle. So now row 3 at the front is 11 beads. We are going to repeat the process. Pick up all of the beads, then the other needle goes back through the beads in the opposite direction and gets pulled down. I'm sorry that I can't find a good angle to film this at. The back of row 3 is also 11 beads. I've written out the whole pattern. It's in the description box, so you can check that out. So you don't have to write it down yourself. Thought it'd make your life a little bit easier in that way. But you're going to keep repeating these steps following the number of beads. So front of row 4 is 12 yellow beads. I couldn't find a good angle to show picking up the beads, doing the stitch, and still showing the body, but I figured the most important part was the picking up of the beads. And once you know the technique, it builds up pretty easily. The back of row 4 is 11 yellow beads. This is the point at which you need to work out which is the front and which is the back, because the back has fewer beads than the front. And then pull that down. And then we are ready to start row 5. After a bit of adjusting, is 13 yellow beads at the front of row 5. And then passing the needle back through and pulling it down. It's super easy to do. The back of row 5 is 11 beads. And you can make so many cool animals and creatures doing this. Not just owls and Pikachus. Go wild. So now the front of row 6 is a bit different. You need to pick up 2 yellow, 3 red, 3 yellow, 3 red, and then 2 yellow. This is for his little cheeks. But the technique is still the same. You're just picking up different beads. So pass that needle back through all of those beads in the opposite direction that the other needle is coming out from. And then you are going to pull that down. That's the front of his face. We've got the face started. How exciting. And then the back is just 11 yellow beads. Not as exciting. Also, I didn't have a good Pikachu yellow, so you're going to have to deal with this pastel colour. I'm terribly sorry. But my good beads were too big, or my matching beads were far too big. So now we're ready to start row 7, which is 1 yellow, 3 red, 5 yellow, 3 red, and then 1 yellow. But yeah, you can use different sized beads, but expect a different sized Pikachu at the end. If you use larger beads, you will obviously have a larger Pikachu. If you use smaller beads, it might be too small to fit on a pencil. I often get asked if you can use different sized beads, and you 100% can, but this is just what will fit on a pencil. You know? You are then row 7, the back of row 7 is 11 yellow beads. And you might find it easier to create this around a pencil. It's up to you. My first one I created around a pencil and that was ace, but I couldn't think of a good way to film it, so I couldn't make that happen. That's fine. Row 8, the front of row 8 is 6 yellow, 1 black, that's the size 11, and then 6 more yellow. And that's for his little beady nose, and I went wrong at this point, so I just needed to go backwards a little bit and fix it, which is why it got a bit jumpy. So yes, that's not the size 11, that's the size 10, sorry. That is the size 10 opaque black seed bead in the center there. His little nose. Very cute. And then the back of row 8 is once again 11 yellow beads. And once again I needed to get rid of a bead because it was too small. My needle wouldn't fit through. This happens sometimes. It's the joys of paying slightly less for beads. So row 9, the front is 4 yellow, 1 black, 4 yellow, 1 black, and then 4 yellow beads. And the 2 black beads in this row are size 8 seed beads. They just make his beady eyes look a little bit bigger, and it's just quite cute. Wonderful, and pull that through. Sometimes you have to coax it, sometimes it just doesn't go. It's like me and getting out of bed. The back of row 9 is 11 yellow beads, and we are done with the face. The rest of it is just plain yellow beads, so that's why we've sped it up a little bit. So the front of row 10 is 13 yellow beads. Wonderful, and going back through all of those beads in the opposite direction. And then the back of row 13, no, the back of row 10 is 11 yellow beads. I'm sorry if you've just broken up from school and I'm already bombarding you with a back to school tutorial. I realise that is not the best plan. The front of row 11 is only 8 yellow beads. We are starting to decrease for his head now, or the top of his head. And pull that down. And then the back of row 11 is also 8 yellow beads. Yeah, my mum broke up from school on Friday, so she would not be thrilled to see me doing back to school tutorials. Because my mum's a teacher. not because my mum goes to school. I realise that sounds strange. The front of row 12 is 6 yellow beads. And then the back is 4 yellow beads. And that is that. That is the body complete. You can now knot your thread and trim off any excess. Add a blob of nail varnish to the knot to make sure it doesn't come undone. Then cut around 20-ish, 25 centimeters of thread. And then you're going to thread through 2 of the beads from row 11. I just did 2 beads from one of the beads from the end of a row and one of the beads from the end of the front row, but you can attach them wherever on the side you see fit. So then we are going to pick up 2 yellow beads, and then we are going to go back through with the other side of the thread. Similar technique to what we were doing before. We're just trying to make it lay flat this time, instead of it being curved and in a circle. So this might be more challenging than it sounds. I fought with this big time. So row 2 of the ear is 3 yellow beads. Once again, sew back through with your other thread. And you can use 2 needles if you want to. I just decided to make life difficult for myself. Row 3 is 4 yellow beads. And going back through them. And yeah, the beads just naturally wanted to sit on top of each other and not next to each other. Very frustrating. Row 4 is 3 black beads for the tip of his ears. And then once again, I'm going back through there. I'm trying to show this off in the best way that I can. I will start to be a bit more experimental with angles. I am hearing your criticisms and I am trying to adjust. It's just easier said than done with limited filming crew and equipment. And then ear row 5 is 2 black beads. And when I say limited filming crew, I mean I am a one-woman show, as many YouTubers are. So I'm just using that as an excuse, clearly. So I found the best way to make these beads sit flat is to actually sew back through the beads. So I'm just going, back through the beads row by row. This you might find easier with a needle, but I just find that it makes everything sit so much nicer. And I just do it until I'm coming out of the very first row that we attached of the ears, so those 2 yellow beads. And then I repeat the same with my other needle, just threading that. If you find it difficult to thread your needle with monofilament thread, just squash the end with a pair of pliers or a pair of tweezers, or even your teeth, which isn't very good for them, but still, the flat thread will be easier to thread through. And then once you've repeated that with the other side, you're just going to tie it in a double knot. Try to do it underneath the ear. The first one I did over the top of the ear and it made the ear sit funny. So if you can, try to knot it underneath the ear. Once again, add clear nail varnish to the knot to make sure it doesn't come undone, and then just trim off any excess thread and position the ears if you can. I just let them go wild and do their thing. Then you are all ready to pop it onto a pencil. Once you give it a bit of a tweak. And there he is. There is our little Pikachu pencil pal. How exciting. Love it. So now you know how to make your very own super cute Pikachu pencil. I mean, you could possibly make both of his ears go up. It's doing its own thing. We'll let it have its one up, one down. It's having a party. Don't forget to check out the description box below. I've popped a link to where I've bought my supplies and also what supplies you are going to need. Down there, I have also popped a link to Beadaholic94's channel, so you can go and check out her channel and watch her video and learn how to make a really cute Pokeball star. It looks very nice. I am a fan. If you happen to recreate anything using one of my tutorials, I want to see a picture of it, so please feel free to post a picture on social media using the hashtag #TheCornerOfCraft. Links to all of my social media accounts can also be found in the description box below. If in doubt, check out that description box because everything is down there. What other back to school tutorials do you want to see? Let me know, leave me a comment down below and I can see if I can make that happen for you. Don't forget to hit subscribe. I post new craft tutorial every Sunday and I post bonus videos in the week as well. And have you seen this week's bonus videos? On Tuesday I did a plan with me where I planned my week and you basically saw what I get up to in a week while I natter on at you. And on Thursday I show you how to make a super easy and healthy frozen yogurt treat, which is perfect because it's been so hot here. Finally, I would just like to ask you to hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video, and with all that being said, thank you very much for watching and I shall see you very soon in my next video. Bye! Exciting video for you today. So today is World Emoji Day, International Emoji Day, Emoji Day.